Helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Another wonderful Tuesday afternoon to you, everyone. It is the 14th day of the month of October 2025. This is The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, alongside Terry Fenelon. No, Miguel's not here today. But you know the kind of guy he is. He just might walk in, at any moment. And then we'll have to scramble to find the chair, which we will. We ain't letting him reach hand for him to have to turn away. But happy to have you with us, folks. Hope you're having a good day so far and looking forward to a wonderful remainder of the Tuesday. Our program, as you know, airs weekdays from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on the radio station called Real FM. That serves you on two frequencies, one for the North, 91.3, and the other for the South, 91.5. We simulcast on our sister television station, NBC. That's available to you on channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. You can also find us on Facebook Live and YouTube live streaming. Sometimes I like to engage very often in a little bit of light-hearted chit-chat. I don't know how light-hearted this one, but when Sammy became the head coach of the West Indies cricket team across all formats, and then they had dismal performances against Australia. Remember that? Australia wiped them out in the T20s and in the test matches, one of them being bowled out for about 26 or something, so the second highest ever total, and that is happening at home. People want Sammy's back a lot, that it's Sammy somehow who's doing something wrong, and Sammy this and Sammy that, and even some of our own people. And I'll tell you that we have a guy called Chris Daring, who was the CEO of Cricket West Indies, Cricket World Cup 2007, which was in the West Indies. So this guy is considered to be a venerable person, a real heavy hitter, and so on. And you have to ask yourself, why is it that the West Indies seem to be doing even worse? Yes. Even worse now that the venerable Chris Daring has joined us. And, all of a sudden, it is, people like this idea about the magic bullet. And somebody will just come and they have this presence, etc., and they're just going to turn things around. Rebuilding West Indies cricket is going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of resources. It's going to take a lot of commitment, at all levels, across all formats in all the territories, and not expect that one person just coming on board is just going to turn things around. I know we're so disgusted with Wycliffe Dave Cameron, that Jamaican guy and so on, that when Ricky Skerritt won him and so on and became the president, we expected to see a magical change. It didn't happen. Ricky Skerritt, I think, only spent 1 year. He gave up, and Kishore Shallow became, the then vice president, became, the new president of Cricket West Indies and so on. And so we're always looking for that, that person, that wizard who will just come and transform things. And it really doesn't happen. So, it's not anything I'm saying about, Chris Daring or anything of that sort. He's not cricket director. He's not coach. He's not team manager or anything of that kind. We just have to stop thinking that there will be a wizard who will just come and kill everything. The other thing which I wanted to, and I did take some notes on this matter. I'm just wondering how come they are not showing up where I send them or store them. One of the things I wanted to mention was, folks don't go hunting for Stanley Felix, as I'm seeing some people like they want to go and to smash into him and crash into him and whatever. We do that too much. We do it too early. We do it without any good reason or any good purpose. It's like going after backs in Castries North, I mean, what difference you think backs can make or will make in Castries North? You think you're going to take votes from Stevenson King? You think he can prevent Stevenson King from winning? Not even Stephen Favourier is worried about him, I mean, let backs do his thing. Let him vent whatever he has to vent. You never know, how it may go at the end. He may just pivot and decide, look, this isn't making sense. And he might give his endorsement to, Stevenson King. Or he may give it to Stephen Favourier. But it's not somebody you see who's likely to be a game changer. Somebody who will cause the politics there to turn a corner. And I'm happy. There hasn't been too much of backs being mentioned. One person was always posting something about him in the Real Issues WhatsApp chat group. And I deleted it because I just couldn't see the significance. I just couldn't see the relevance of backs and so on. Not I'm saying what he's saying, if he believes it, is not true. But I just don't see him moving the political needle. And it's the same way with Stanley. Stanley is a man who has contested elections in Castries Central twice. Amazingly, but that was a swing election away from UWP. Stanley came about as close to defeating Richard Frederick as Timothy Mangal came to defeating Guy Joseph. I think in either case, they came within less than 150 votes, which, considering how entrenched and how formidable Guy Joseph and Richard Frederick on the UWP ticket, both of them were at the time, that was quite a feat. In fact, I think the vote count was going in such a direction. I was in Antigua at the time that I think Stanley came and said, look, it's clear that there's a new sheriff in town. He thought he had it in the bag already. It turned out not to be so. Richard pulled through. I don't think Mangal made those statements. But considering Guy Joseph, Mangal came. But he didn't win Richard Frederick in 2011. Richard sat out the 2016 election. He did not contest it. When Stanley found himself going up against Sarah Ford Bobler, I thought it was going to be a walk in the park. I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. That Stanley was going to blow Sarah away because Sarah had all her back and forth in the UWP. She had contested the 2006 by-election against Richard and Philip Le Corbusier at the time. She might as well not have been there. It was a straight fight between Richard and Le Corbusier in that election and so on. She didn't stand again in the general election. She threw her lot in with the UWP, etc. I think she had become, in 2006, some deputy ambassador to the UN or whatever, second to the late Dr. Donatus Keefe St. Amy of Labrie and so on. After all of that, I thought people were going to think Sarah is a pappy show. Yet Sarah came and banged Stanley off, not by 150 votes, not by 200, not by 250. I think she banged him off by 370 something votes. Up to now, I cannot understand how Sarah pulled that off or how nobody seemed to have seen it coming. So Stanley didn't make it then. Richard comes back as an independent, election. That time Stanley is not running. Richard blows Sarah away, He wins that seat. After, by his account, he was buried alive, But he was still breathing. He came back and he didn't just breathe. He roared his way back into it. Now, for whatever reason, Stanley has decided that he wants to run as an independent. I don't see Stanley in any way being any kind of game changer or any needle mover in Central. Let's wait and see. I don't see, given his history, his ability to pull off something. When he had all the resources of the party, and we might say when the Labour Party was in government in 2016 of the state and so on behind him, he was a senior minister despite being a minister for the Senate. The man was Minister of Physical Development and Planning and those kinds of things. I mean, he had those portfolios that he could have pulled his weight to make a difference, yet Sarah blew him away. You think now, after having been out of the election race, for almost a decade, after having not been somebody who's considered that Stanley can come and make a difference, I say, folks, please, stop making, mountains out of molehills. Stop fussing and sweating over the small stuff, over what are really peccadillos in the scheme of things. He gave an address last night, and I think Stanley kept on referring to betrayal. And I wish he would have given us some elaboration on what betrayal he was referring to. If I could sit face to face, I would say, Stanley, how were you betrayed? What form did the betrayal take? Because Stanley on this program, and I want to again thank him for that, after trying to reach him a long time on the phone that I had for him and saying it on air, he explained that the police had taken the phone and they had not returned it to him. I think I may have tried to reach him. I don't know if he has another number. I would have asked Stanley, what kind of betrayal did you experience? And who betrayed you? Because as far as I know, what befell Stanley Felix was a case where the police felt they had some kind of evidence against him. They charged him. I think he was arrested. I think he was locked up, eventually bailed, whatever what they said about perverting the course of justice and so on and so forth. Eventually the charges were dropped. But in the meantime, Stanley was replaced as the president of the Senate, where, as far as I know, he gave a very good account of himself. The deputy president at the time, or the leader of government business in the Senate, Alvina Reynolds, moved up to become the president of the Senate. Was that a betrayal? Should Philip J. Pierre have sat on his hands when something like that, accusations and allegations and charges of a very serious nature were going? I do not know. What is the nature of the betrayal? The other thing I'm hearing about, it seems to be his campaign slogan about let Central Castries breathe again. Has Central Castries been suffocating? In what way has it been suffocating? Who has been suffocating it? Was it suffocating in the 5 years that Sarah Flood was the member of parliament and the minister? Where Sarah Flood actually became a central figure in that whole saga about deputy speaker and so on, where she was deputy speaker, then she was relieved, appointed a minister, and deputy speaker position left vacant. A real parliamentary anomaly, a real parliamentary irregularity, a real parliamentary infraction, we can say, that took place for 5 years, and so many other things. Now we have a representative under whose hand we are seeing so many things happening. We are seeing the vendors being looked after in terms of booths and places, for them. We are seeing drains that were contributing to flooding. The flooding problem being addressed is not solved. UWP sat on what was supposed to be a major flood mitigation project, where there was supposed to be a giant retention pond at the back of George V Park, pointing towards Georgeville, where the water coming in was supposed to have collected there and released slowly so that it did not overwhelm the drains lower down Jean-Baptiste Street. There were supposed to have been pumps, the retention pond, but the UWP came in 2006 and they never continued. They ignored it. So we have had flooding problems. Now you have to go back, redesign, redo, because so much has changed. Look at the Chaussee Road condition, what it is now. Look at the new headquarters for the National Housing Corporation, that is on Chaussee Road. Look at all the developments of Serenity Park and Jeremy Street Plaza and the Anchorage Place, and so many things that we're seeing happening in Central Castries, demolition of unsafe buildings, plans for the construction of new buildings, and on and on and on and on it goes to make the city a better, a more picturesque, a more aesthetically pleasing, a more salubrious place. You know, and I could go on of things that Richard Frederick has been doing in housing and so on, the low-income housing assistance that is being given, and on and on. So I do not know what is the notion that Central Castries is suffocating. I just cannot see it. So maybe Stanley can, and he will probably, I suppose, as time goes on, explain to us what is the suffocation, or is there something more in that matter than just the pestle that we are being shown? Because I noticed these days Rush Clark seems to have become very quiet. He seems to have become very reserved, very much in the background. Not much is being heard or seen of him and so on. Is there something more going on that we are not being told, at least not yet? Terry, over to you.
Well, Shelton, I found you gave that a lot of time because I was not going to broach that subject at all. Stanley has the right to do what he's doing. I mean, I know the strategy because I just got word that 3 operatives of the United Workers' Party were just seen leaving his house. That's Stanley's house. I will not call the operatives because, you know, they like to say, you lie! But 3 operatives, 3 high-ups, I know their names, they're just seen leaving the house of Stanley Felix. So I'm just going to tell him that he's not going to get 1 Labour vote. There's no chance of splitting the vote because, Shelton, we are here as guardians of that victory. And we will appeal to our people. A vote for Stanley will be a wasted vote. So Stanley, the only thing that you would split is the UWP vote. Now, having said that, I have nothing against you. You're a nice guy, actually, you know, very nice guy. You are doing what you're doing for whatever reasons, but you're not going to get any SLP votes. Okay, my brother? Exercise your right. I wish you luck. I wish you the best. Do what you're doing, but we are on to all the tactics, and you can get through. So, all the best, my brother. I do not think I'll broach that topic for now. Let's see how it develops. But as you correctly say, I want to know what is the betrayal.
Yeah, what is the betrayal?
That is what I want to know.
And what is the suffocation?
Yes. Because sometimes I feel, Stanley, some people are painting a picture of St. Lucia that is just, I can't get it.
Yeah.
When you had a leader of the opposition, oh, the country is in serious trouble. What trouble? Oh yeah, pensioners are happy, teachers are happy, civil servants are happy. You know, the vet. I mean, come on, man. What image are you all trying to project? That won't work. Can we wish somebody a very important man a happy birthday?
After all, go ahead, brother. You don't even
Video 6, Jakwan. Let's wish a stalwart former minister of infrastructure, the man responsible for the trade, the liberalization of the, how you call that?
Okay.
Internet and stuff. Telecommunications, yes. So let's wish him a very happy birthday today. Okay. So, Calix George. Let's just play this little tribute, just about 8 seconds.
No, I shall.
Yourself before the church.
Yeah. It's a video.
Okay, all right.
All right, so Calix George, we just want to wish you on our end a very happy birthday. Hope you are, enjoying it. Hope your family will do the best that they can for you on this day. I'm not sure of his age. I know he's in some years.
He's definitely in his 80s.
80s. So yes. So all the best, my brother.
Okay.
You have done well. You have served your country well, and we just want to wish you the best on this your special day.
All right, Miguel is on the line.
Yes.
He just called while we were trying to get this birthday wish. Miguel, you're on the air. Go ahead, bro.
Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Yes.
How are you?
Good day, man.
Okay.
I said I'd give Terry a chance to put all his clips out today because I know there's a lot that he wanted to put out.
No, man, you
So
could
I'll
always
give it
come,
from a
man.
distance.
We always have time for that.
Well, I'll view and admire from a distance. But just let me touch 2 things quickly, my brothers. You see this whole Stanley thing? I agree with you, Terry. I will not even give it any legs, but I have to address one thing. Alan Shastney just about a week ago did state that something is coming in Central soon. So it begs the question, and it makes you wonder whether there is some couple between the two of them. And there you are very right, because I do know that Alan Shastney and Guy Joseph and Terrell Brulette were in the Carolee area looking for Stanley's house about 2 weeks ago. So it begs a number of questions. But that aside, you know what? Every man, like Yadi always says, and he quotes, every man has a right to determine his own destiny. And if that destiny is political oblivion, let it be. So all the best to Stanley. I mean, we know the situation in Castries Central, and there is no way that Richard Frederick will lose that seat. But go ahead, Stanley. Go do what you have to do. I have a lot of love for you, and go ahead. Gentlemen, number 2. I need to there's something I missed yesterday when I put up that video and the picture of Auntie Pinky King, with Honorable Richard Frederick. And you know, the whole issue, and the crux of what I wanted to say, is that while Spider and the United Workers' Party are on platform every Sunday, what do you call it, Terry? Sunday Funnies?
Sunday Funnies, yes.
Right? Sunday Funnies, right? While they are out attacking every and anybody all in Central. Let me say one thing about Pinky King. Pinky King is one of my father's oldest and dearest friends. And they have always, and I capitalize that, always been on opposite ends of the political divide. But this woman held me in pampers. And this woman has never, Auntie Pinky has never discriminated, hated. They've had a little political banter. And she has never, ever, ever had any bad thing to say or say anything in malice to any of her friends who are political opponents. And these are the things that we must remember as St. Lucians. Honorable Stevenson King said this morning on the Yadi and them show, once the elections are done and a government is elected, their role is to see for all St. Lucians. Of course, you have to make sure that the people who supported you, whatever policies you put in place, will benefit those who supported you. But ultimately, invariably, these policies are intended to benefit all St. Lucians. So while we're there fighting with each other, and I will admit that sometimes I get goaded into it, because I'm someone who I take complete offense. You see, if you disrespect me, I'll respond to you in kind, right? But it is a lesson for us that we as St. Lucians need to understand that ultimately we are St. Lucians. Political parties are new inventions in the society, in civilization. And we are humans first. We had to live and coexist with each other. And there is no way that we should be, there's no reason, for us to be disparaging each other and treating each other in that kind of way, which is the crux of what Pinky was saying to Laura and what's her name, Marcella. In that made me think, I know it, I will defend my party. You need to defend your party with class. And this is why I love Auntie Pinky has never, you see all the things that they've been saying about me all those years, and I pay attention. The likes, and she's never been one to go and like. She'll come and message me and say, Mix, look at what the people saying about you and that kind of thing. So we need to understand as St. Lucians, the message in here is that ultimately we have to live and coexist with each other. And this hatred, there's no room for this hatred in our politics. We can be on opposing sides, but respect, mutual respect, like Alan Shastney so erroneously uses the term mutual respect. But mutual respect should be the order of the day for us as St. Lucians. And again, I will applaud Auntie Pinky. She's a flubble. She is a flubble. She loves her party, but she understands where governance, integrity. That's the most important thing. Governance and integrity reside. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. We get the point.
Is there talking about Auntie picture one? Picture one's let me put on once why am I forgetting your name, Shelton? Your name I'm trying to call.
Forgetting my name? Well, let me tell you this. It's a more gone. You're gone.
Let's put a picture one there. Let me show the people there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
You know about the substance of governance? Now, if you know, that's the young people have that phrase. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Let that picture come on screen there. Man. This warmed my heart.
Yeah, I think it's on.
It's on. When I saw this on Sunday at the launching for, I was like, wow. I went to get a malt. This warmed my heart. Now, I hope you recognize it. Well, in the middle, you know who's there? The former Speaker of the House, in his red, because you know, John Paul.
It kind of looks more like Burgundy. You know? So
Well,
let's give him a little wiggle room. You know?
Dr. Carlton Augustine says it's no longer Sunday fun, it's Dimas Simegwen. And if you know the gentleman on the right there, you know, the one without the cap, but it's to my right, I don't know. Yeah. You know him, Shelton?
No, I don't know him.
Shelton, you know this gentleman?
No, we'll go ahead.
And I know you know his voice. You know?
Well, go ahead.
Man.
You talking, you have the floor.
You know what is Porto Flabo?
Okay. It doesn't look that way in the picture.
And this man is home supporting John Paul. You remember there's a gentleman who called Nancy out and said, Nancy, you this and that and all the money and stuff, because this man is top in the UWP. This man now. And you know the next person I expect to see?
Who's the man? You're not saying the man's name.
No, I'm not calling his name yet.
Have we seen his face? What kind of segue is that?
No. Those who are saying, write his name, because you know, now you know I'm trying to remember. But write his name.
So you can't remember yourself?
No. Relax.
You're gone, guys.
Yeah. Dimas Simegwen, yes, that's. And Mahoney is saying Dimas Quinn. Same thing. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And this, I mean, okay, we know the speaker, but this gentleman on the right was so much entrenched in the UWP, and now he's on board. And that is the point I want to make sure that we have to make. UWPs, you are benefited from all the policies of this government. You sat under Alan Shastley for almost 6 years. Well, he went into the 6th year. Let me not exaggerate. And what did he do for us? Nothing. All of a sudden, Shelton, I'm hearing desperation. I heard Dimas Simegwen on the roundabout. I'll build 1,000 houses in Southeast. I'll build a heavy duty school for what? Contractors. Yeah, well, that's one of the schools. So it's Wi-Fi, yes.
That's a school for operating heavy equipment.
Heavy equipment. So you go, when you build that school. And all kind of outlandish promises.
And trying to ridicule some nature tours, proposal or suggestion that the SLP candidate made. Take people bird watching, and, which is not just birds you're going to watch. You're going to be doing some kind of environmental acquaintance and so on to understand a whole lot of the world of birds is a very broad one.
Nicky Isidore, that's a guy. Nicky Isidore.
Okay,
But you heard the leader of the opposition. Desperation. I'm going to reduce VAT to 12.5%.
But isn't that from an old passé playbook that he had already?
Yes,
of course.
Decouché.
He did reduce the 12.5% has never been received.
Decouché. I mean, these fellas are making all kind of outlandish promises that they cannot finance. The man is going to do all kinds of things, but he's not telling you how he's going to finance what he's proposing. He's going to take away all the income generating stuff, all your lines of income, and then you're going to just give, like you're going to reduce gas at the pumps and cooking gas. How are you doing that?
No, but wait a minute. Again, isn't that the same decouché, reheated, kind of leftovers? It wasn't what the man said that on his first day as Prime Minister, he was going to sign a document to bring the gas prices down? Wasn't that what he said?
Yeah.
So he coming back with
the
this
same old
decouché looking to reheat.
Magie. Same. I mean, Bradley, I have a question for you in a while. I realize we almost there. But tonight we have chill and chat with Kifson. I sent it to you. I can't remember. Just put it up. Chill and chat. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because on Sunday, I mean, that is it. Everybody is going to be converging in. We're going to that ring comb in Bradley's hair going to break. We'll be in Choiseul for that launch. That is highly anticipated. Well, all of them have been, but this is the last one. Last lap. You know when it's last lap? Carnival last lap. Last lap. Well, it's really, the last lap is scheduled, but last lap. So we all go in there, but we're going to listen to Kifo. And I can't say Kifson, Charles. It's as though I know him. That's my brother's good friend, if you fought. So I know Kifo.
He is the last of our new candidates.
New candidates launched. So that means, bro, Sunday, put on your shoes, get your beach chair, Because some of us, we like to sit and relax, and we head down there early. Take your time. Don't do any madness on the road. Some of you are going by boat. That's an idea. Some of you going by boat, etc., etc. We are going down there to make a step. Bradley, we're coming for you. Because Bradley, I'll ask you the question after the break. Sheldon, I think we'll do for the break.
Real Issues powered by Blue Waters. We'll be back shortly. Please don't go away.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you, at Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with The Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters. I'm Shelton Daniel alongside Terry Fenelon. And thank you very much, Jermaine, for sending a text message to say that VAT is already 12.5%. I thought so.
We know that.
Alan Chastney reduced the VAT to 12.5% after promising to abolish it completely.
Yeah.
This government of Philip JP has not rescinded it. The VAT is still at 12.5%. So what is he talking about? He is going to, reduce VAT to 12.5%. I mean, what is wrong with Alan Chastney? Alan Chastney got paid big time, He got paid big time. Anyway, and a person is asking, was that Ezekiel in the photo with Andy and Isidore? No, that's definitely not Ezekiel. If you're talking about Ezekiel Joseph, someone did say that's Nicky Isidore. How you could put the man name out there like that? Anyway, we did mention it already. Terry, go ahead.
Oh, yes. Sheldon, Pip is the leader, I just got a flyer there. You could just stick it on screen. Laptops and tablets for secondary school students. Well, that's not people. That's Kenny Anthony. It's Labour Party. You see, because Labour Party, we always big on education. So Dr. Anthony started it. This guy stopped it. We have reinstated it. And look, in St. Vincent, you could just flash it on screen, just for a second. Laptops and tablets for secondary school. I will not read the rest. The Labour Party under Kenny Anthony and Philip JP, we are leaders. Guyana is just now paying CXCs for students, and they have decided to increase the minimum wage. $7.50, ours is $7.25, and they have oil. You understand? And look, laptops and tablets for all, not ebooks, because everything you could do on an ebook, you could do there. And people want to believe it's textbooks that's on it. Not textbooks are not on ebooks. It's content, and we have content creators here. Our teachers are very capable of writing up content for this thing. So I just wanted to make that. I just wanted to make that claim. Now, before I ask Sheldon, yesterday I made a statement that I'll be producing the sins of the Labour Party of the UWP. All right, and you'll be surprised. People call me already, asking me.
You already want to start putting it out.
Yes. Let me hold. I put the wastage. Just put it up. The wastage of Alan Chastney. I have that, and I have quantified it. I sent it out early. Notice I don't that intellectual property. My name is not on it. I just did it so you could take it and circulate it and fine. But for the sins, let me pull it up on my thing there, because Shelton, it's all on my phone there. Yes, pull it up. The crimes of the UWP.
Yeah, that's better. Transgression. Sins has a kind of religious kind of setting to it.
You see, it's because of this guy, Is it true?
Yeah.
But so let me leave that alone.
Yeah, the crimes
and the UWP
and the transgressions, maybe.
Right. You see, now these are just I listed I try to quantify Alan Chastney's wastage, and if you go down to the screen, if you go up, the total is what? And I can elaborate on that. We can spend the day, because my producer told me on one of the Tuesdays or Thursdays, do that, and I will do that. So go down to show the total, Jaquan. It's about almost $1 billion, This man has wasted our money. This man has wasted, this Cayman City thing, this transition. You had Dr. Stephen King, a brilliant guy, island scholar. The man knows his onions. You're going to fire him to bring out a foreigner. Yes, I'm saying, just like that. Now, if you could zoom, Jaquan, my thing there. Ladies and gentlemen, I have already started it, but when I read it, I realized I need to elaborate, clean it up, Shelton, make it a little more palatable. So on my phone there, you could see I've started. It's there already, and there are so many crimes that Alan Chastney and his cabinet, is it true, and this fellas committed against the state, and now this fellas want to come and make all kinds of promises. 6 years you're there, you all did absolutely nothing. You understand? So you could take that in, the crimes. So I'm going to fix it up. You know, I just added that bullet points and stuff, but I'm going to elaborate, make it clear. You understand? So when I say Cayman City, I'll have to let you know that they were paid $1 million a month for 2 years. And as I told you, this man does not like to pay his bills. And it's Philip J. Pierre that he had to go and take a loan to clear Cayman City. You understand? Crimes. And you must have that as your Bible, the wastage, the crimes that the UWP administration, Alan Shasta and his gang committed against the state. And Titus Previll and these fellows were there, you know. You talk about Tommy talking about going to the IMF. Tommy, the 4 years of economic growth, that tells you you're on the brink of going to the IMF? You are a mad fella, man. 4 years of economic growth. We can share the pie. The debt to GDP ratio is nearing prudential limits. We're almost there at 60-something. Right now we're at 70-something. When your guys came in there, you all benefited from a rebasing. All right, which gave you a fiscal space. What did you squandered it? And you told me you presided over the worst period in our economic history. We dipped 26.5%. You understand? Worst in the, I think the second or the fifth worst in the world. You presided over that, Tommy Descat. And now you're going to Philip J. Pierre raise taxes and we go to that. Philip J. Pierre has been presenting budget after budget after budget. You see any new taxes there? None. And he's able to divide the pie so every sector can benefit. Every citizen can benefit. Laptops for our children, pensioners, you're trying to scare the people. Man, that cannot work. Shelton and I are here. We're playing defense. We're playing defense. We'll call you out for your stupidity, your reckless statements. You see, 4 years of economic growth. That's a country that is on the brink of going to the IMF. I mean, come on, man. We moved from 101% debt to GDP ratio to 74% debt to the GDP ratio. That is a country that is about to go to the IMF. Tommy, stop your nonsense, man. Stop it. Stop. What I will call your Simegwen twin politics. Stop that, man. We are here to defend. Don't do that. Don't do that. So the crimes you have committed, and Tommy, you in that. Because you were the chief economic advisor when your prime minister came before us and said, the country is broke and we have no more money. That was your doing, Tommy. That was your doing. So people, just be a little patient with me. These days, time is of the essence. I didn't have a vehicle there. My vehicle was down. But thank God my mechanic just called me. Told me it's up. So I should be ready. So my mind wasn't there. So when over the weekend, but the Sundays now is for launching, so I don't have time. I will fix it up and I will send it to you. So you must have that. The wastage, you must have that. So you could talk to your other flubble friends and say, but look at what this man did. This man took $24 million just to give to Cayman City, and in the process, he told all the nurses, you must resign and reapply. And he put them on contract. Many of them had to go seek other pastures in the Bahamas, in Bermuda and stuff. That actually happened, That's lived experience. I know so many nurses overseas because they had to run, they couldn't stay on contract. And this man is telling nurses, well, if we cannot find a job for you, we'll look for a job, and if you cannot find a job, well, crap, we'll smoke your pipe. That's how that man was running the country. Crimes. And you're telling the Cayman people, oh, I'll pay your salaries, I'll pay all the utilities, I'll pay this, I'll pay your insurance, I'll pay this. And at the same time, you're telling nurses, you've got to go. You see, this man had no heart. Heartless man. Heartless. So, I will document your crimes. Because your crimes have to be documented. Okay? Now, Bradley, I have one question for you. Video free. Jokwan. Video free. Now, I'm not asking the questions. The people of the South are asking you the questions. Because you like to say, I lie. You like to say Shelton and I spreading propaganda. That's what you say, Shelton. We don't spread misinformation. What Shelton and I spread is missing information. That's what we spread.
Yeah.
Missing information.
Last week we heard Monty Maxwell.
Oh, yes.
And Monty was absolutely no hesitation to say that 3 people have to share the blame for that DSH fiasco in Beaufort, and he names Adam Chastney.
Yes.
He names
Bradley Felix
and Pinky.
That's right.
Pinky Francis, who was then the chairman of Invest St. Lucia.
And I've told you, comrade, that interview has to be replayed.
It will be.
That has to be replayed.
Yeah.
Everybody in the South. That's why I tell you, from Choiseul to Miku South, we have to go and vote with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Sarah said, get angry. We have righteous indignation. That is what you have to be angry about. Because one of my friends of Beaufort says, when I made this statement here, and says, well, I just got word that we have to ask T.R. King for permission to use the grounds to launch. This man says, man, he's from Beaufort. He says, man, that more than anything has enriched him. He's from Beaufort. And every person from the South, Beaufort, Labrie, Choiseul, you have to be enriched by that. You know, jazz, we cannot have jazz because T.R. King says we cannot use recreation grounds. Madness! That's ours. And Bradley, you are responsible. So answer this question for me, Bradley. Let it roll. Let it rip.
We have laid our concerns to the Prime Minister.
So the agreement that we read saying that there is no payback clause. Savouez, mais ça pas vrai. Agreement nous lit sur Facebook là. Savouez, mais ça pas vrai.
We have laid our concerns to the Prime Minister.
So the agreement that we read saying that there is no payback clause. Savouez, mais ça pas vrai. Agreement nous lit sur Facebook là. Savouez, mais ça pas vrai.
We have laid our concerns to the Prime Minister.
So the agreement that we read saying that there is no payback clause. Savouez, mais ça pas vrai. Agreement nous lit sur Facebook là. Savouez, mais ça pas vrai.
All right, Bradley. Bradley, is it true? We have another is it true?
Yeah, another is it true?
If we're Bradley. Bradley, wait one sir. Now, you tongue-tied. Bradley, answer the question. You signed that document. Is it true? The buyback clause, what you tie up Beaufort. The residents. What did I ask a question, Bradley? I didn't ask a question, I wasn't there. Answer the question. Is it true? Can you answer that? You can't answer that, Bradley, you're tongue-tied. Because you don't know what you signed, did you? Yeah? You do not know what you signed. You do not know. So you cannot answer the people. Is it true? You tie us up there, you tie up. That's why for 99 years, nothing will happen unless we decide to be like Traore and tie it up and move. And you heard your leader, even the stadium, we gave him those things to develop those things. Brother, that's what you did. Well, Pinky, not really in politics, although he has. But you want to wrap yourself up again as though you are some kind of saint. You know, when fellas always pretending, I'm not a politician. You're not a politician. You're worse than these guys. You dangerous, Kasa. You understand? You tie up your foot there and you're there parading and dancing country and western as though you have the people's interest at heart. You sold your foot down the pipe. Then you have to answer for that. And on Sunday, we're going to rock Choiseul to let you know that your days are numbered. You are not supposed to be in the Parliament of St. Lucia. You failed in your duty to represent the South. You didn't just betray Beaufort, you know. You betrayed the whole South. Because right now you tie up. You are the one who signed on. You supported your leader when he says no administrative center for Beaufort. You know how easy, bringing government services to the people of the South. People will not have to come to Castries for birth certificates, ID cards, driver's licenses, etc. Kenny Anthony had the vision to ensure that all these services were provided in the South, but you did not stand up to defend the South, Bradley. Instead, you signed a document giving it to a foreigner. And now we cannot even have jazz. Now listen, next year when we have jazz, we're not consulting to your arguing. Huh? We're just having jazz. Eh? You're mad. We're just having jazz. Yes, man, we're just having jazz there. That's ours. And let Bradley, anyway, he'll be out of office by then. But Bradley is supposed to be before the special prosecutor too. Because you failed in your duty, man. As a man, You should have had some backbone to tell your leader, we cannot sign that. You're a man from Chazelle, you're from the South, and you just will away the South just like that. And then you call in all radio station saying Shelton and I spreading misinformation. It's not misinformation.
How can Bradley have any backbone when Bradley did not have the moral backbone to say to his leader and to his cabinet colleague, Belrose, that this philosophy, this policy, this attitude of depriving constituencies that are represented by opposition MPs, that they are not eligible for any disbursement of budgeted funds under the Constituency Development or CDP program. Bradley sat there and took the funds for his constituency while seeing the constituency of Castries East, Philip J. Pierre representative, Castries South, Ernest Leder representative, while seeing the constituency of Denry North, also being deprived, while seeing the constituency of Vieux-Fort North being deprived, while seeing Vieux-Fort South being deprived, and Labrie. And I mean, it's not Alva Baptist or Kenny Anthony or Moses Jean-Baptiste or Sean Edward or Philip J. Pierre and so on that you all were hurting. Y'all were doing harm and injustice to the people of St. Lucia, including your own supporters. Bradley sat in a cabinet and went along with this. It was okay. And you know what's making Bradley most ashamed? To see that the government has changed. He finds himself in opposition, and Philip Joseph Pierre is refusing to do the same thing. Refusing to punish the constituencies of Chazelle, Saltibus, and of Micoud South for holding on to representatives of the United Workers' Party. He's not doing it. So who won't? That's why you seeming to go on the attack. Show us where you stood. Show us that you had the moral backbone. Show us that you had the integrity. Show us that you had the conscience. Show us that you had the stand-upness about you to say, look, this is wrong. You never did that. You never did that. You went with the flow. It was okay. It was in your favor at the time. Now you're trying to find all kind of faults with everything. No wonder you were the guy, despite being a banker, did not have the eye of, looking at things closely. The eye of what we call due diligence to say, hey, something is wrong with this. If there was one person, Tommy Descat said Alan don't need to worry about being an economist because he have economists with him, although Alan says he has a master's degree in development banking. But at least you were supposed to have been a commercial banker, a retail banker. You should have been able to read that document and say, Alan, we need to do a rain check on this. We need to do a second look at this kind of thing because it is going to get us into trouble. You never did any of that. Now you want to come and take moral high ground and stand up as you were the most upright guy that there was. You were not. And you still cannot be. Go ahead, Terry.
Let me make it clear to Bradley. Not once and for all, because I'll be on your case, boy. I'll be on you like white on rice. I'm not giving you a break because you have to be kicked out of Parliament. Shelton and I, we do not spread misinformation. I repeat, we spread missing information. We are here to fill in the blanks, to connect the dots, to frame things and to put things in perspective for all. We're not here on any... Now, as you just said, I was not going to play that, but play video 5 to strengthen Shelton's point.
Yes, I get $100,000 a quarter. Yes, I get $100,000 a quarter. Yes, I get $100,000 a quarter.
That's a lot. I got zero. That's 400,000 a year.
Mr. Speaker, I move on.
We are in serious trouble in this country. Serious trouble.
You're such a drama queen.
Serious trouble.
Narcissistic attention seeker.
You, the members from Micoud South, you approved the Belrose Doctrine that said if you do not support the United Workers' Party, you're not supposed to get anything. Your own members stood here and said if you just start to cry, if it's for that you cry and you just start to cry, you said nothing.
You have a lot of crying to do still. You'll have a lot of crying to do. I'm telling you, if that's what you're crying for, you have a lot of crying to do.
You, the members from Micoud South, you condoned state-sponsored victimization. You condoned state sponsored victimization. You condoned it. You were the architect of state-sponsored victimization.
Yes, I get $100,000 a quarter. Yes, I get $100,000 a quarter. Yes, I get $100,000 a quarter.
Mr. Speaker, let me tell you what he did. This champion of the...
If I release Sean again on you all there, hello. If I release Sean again on... Now, I just got a word from Shozelle, you know, telling me, a friend of mine, her whole family will be voting Kifo. Even her sons, her children who are not too keen on voting, have decided they'll be voting Kifo. And they say, but the money this man gets there from the CDP, what does he pride? They want to know what he is doing with it. Because they're not seeing a light. Now, I ain't saying he put it in his pocket. But brother, they're not seeing what you have done with this. The $1.6 million, that's approaching $2 million. You have to account for that, Bradley.
Anyway.
What road have you built? What sidewalk? What drain? Where's the warehouse? And you know your friends getting vouchers to shop at Marcy. Because, you know, that's what the politicians do, you know, to keep people subservient and thing. You're giving them little $50 checks. Go and shop at Marcy and stuff. Broadly, the people want an accounting of what you have done. Because you have not made their lives easier. You just like your ponytail and you dancing country and western. And what have you done? Now, I mean, we're not going to let up on you. You call me a liar, but you should never have done that. Do not call Terence Erasmus for a liar. Don't do that. Okay? Because that's one thing I tell you already. I'm not here on this radio station to lie. I come to provide missing information. I come to educate. That's my life. Shelton, I cannot embarrass Shelton. Shelton has been one of my... I don't use the word idol, but the fella I look up to from the radio solution days, what did you want in the morning? What did you show call again in the
90
morning?
minutes.
90 minutes in the morning. From those times. So it's a real pleasure to be alongside him. Because he's a guy I looked up to from times. And as far as I know, he doesn't peddle in lies, misinformation and disinformation. And I want to follow that same.
You may disagree with my opinions, but in terms of the facts and so on, I don't play fast and loose with them.
That's right.
And you know, Terry, this thing with the CDP, and the Belrose doctrine which articulated it. These fellas didn't say, okay, we come in, we fresh, we exuberant, and we feeling a little way ballsy, so we want to show off our power and flex. The fellas did that for the first year. They did that for the second year. At no time did some remorse and some penitence and some kind of look back and say, okay, we hit them for a couple of years. Let's relax. They kept that thing up for the full 5 years, you know?
Well, almost 6.
You know, and they went beyond. They kept that thing up for the full 5 years. It's just like Alan Chasney. The man went National Trust. You actually seen the line in the budget. Zero. Zero. The man is punishing National Trust simply because they gave the kind of opinion. Because organizations, institutions, agencies like National Trust are supposed to epitomize and represent speaking truth to power.
That's right.
If they think something is going to be environmentally hazardous and calamitous for the country, they're supposed to tell you so. You know, archaeological and historical society, these places, they're supposed to be able to tell you that because they disagree with something you want to do about putting dolphin park
for your father
and all of that. Telling you, look, there is just too much history and too much heritage associated with that for you to go and cut into the hillside of that place and the damage you can do and use dynamite or whatever. For that, you vex against him and he keeps it up. Alan Chasney is the very embodiment of vindictiveness. You can't take that chance with this fella. And I remember the last time I went to Antigua. Around, was it November 2016, after the election and so on. I happened to be riding on the same flight with Philip J.P., who was going to Antigua on some business, and Dr. Stephen King was there. And in a conversation, I remember Philip J.P. saying, man, look, these fellas have just won an election. And I have yet to see a time where any incoming government has been so vindictive as they are. Here's the word. He said vindictiveness. You see that? And that was just a few months, you know. Maybe less than 6 months, you know. Philip J.P. was saying the kind of vindictiveness he's saying there. And I mean, he must have known what was coming because vindictive they were throughout that time. A man coming, a man has worked payment for him has been approved. You blocking it, and you actually come in and say, if it's for
that you're crying, you just,
you know. So you enjoy seeing him squirm and being in a lot of pain. You know, this vindictiveness played out itself in every possible way, and now they want to come and talk in a very sanctimonious way.
I'll do this and I'll do this.
I'm telling you.
Ain't going to work, bro. We have.
Gentlemen.
I think we're due for a break, Shelton.
Yeah, Shelton, your explanation on Stanley is spot on. There's no way he's going to move any needle. This is just an ego trip. My personal view, there is some jealousy toward Richard Frederick. Another person says, gentlemen, the suicide hotline department will have to be on standby come election day. Remember, and the mention of Calypsonian said he will commit suicide if Shastney lose the election. Well, we know that Calypsonian, we can excuse and not even mention his name. He's a little troubled and so on. But you know, in Antigua, there's a St. Lucian guy, a guy of St. Lucian parentage called Shelton who ran elections as an independent. And one of his interviews, pre-election interviews, he said it advised anybody who wants to invest in a business that's sure to make a profit, to invest in a business that involves soft candle and dengue and massaging cream. Because there'll be a lot of people whose body will be hurting them so much after the election. Sadly, he turned out to be one of those who needed that kind of fiction for this. So if Frances Robb had been there, she should have made some win for her. By the way, Frances Robb, congratulations to you. Big up to you. She's expanded her business. She's opened in Vieux-Fort. I think she'll be in Vieux-Fort the first 3 days of the week, and for the other 3 days, she'll be up north, or vice versa. I may not have gotten it right, but you know, big up to you, Frances Robb. Real Issues powered by Blue Waters. We take our final commercial break, and when we come back, I think immediately Terry will be opening the lines for calls and messages. The
voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy, Soufre, Knight's Med, Miku, Lay by Bar, The Morn, Dexter's Place, Jeremy Street, Castries, Citygate Bar, The City opposite the market, Plants Place, Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket, Soufre, The Release Stress Bar, Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar, Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you, at Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Big issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Appreciate you staying with the Real Issues powered by Blue Waters on this Tuesday. It is the 14th of October 2025. The telephone lines are open now for your calls. The numbers to reach us on, you can WhatsApp call us. Yeah, especially useful for those of you overseas in the diaspora. I don't even need to say the numbers again, do I? 487-9849 and the landline 4533911. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Terry.
Yeah, good afternoon, man.
And good afternoon to John Paul Estefan. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon, Shelton.
So what kind of thing is that? I'm at Pope level?
So
Go ahead, my friend. Good afternoon.
There seems to be a resemblance of you and John Paul Estefan,
really?
you know?
Really? Okay.
Gentlemen, on Sunday, I had the privilege of attending the launching of John Paul Estefan. And oh my goodness, I'm somebody who love good, to listen to good speakers. Yeah, that's why I took a course with the Toastmasters. I believe in good speaking, public speaking. And gentlemen, I have no doubt but to give John Paul 10 over 10. John Paul said everything, in my view, that the people of St. Lucia and the people of Babono wanted to hear. And he spoke with conviction, and he has a lot of content. Well, when I look at John Paul, I think to myself, John Paul is going to be the stone that the builder refused. Serious. I couldn't see why UWP had to let John Paul go. John Paul is a man who has lots of positivity in him. The man is a rich man in terms of what he has to offer in terms of community service. When you look at the person that is going up against him, he has no track record as far as community, contribution is concerned. Nothing at all. John Paul, he has volunteered his service, and everything his opponent is doing, it concerns remuneration. So the people of Babono, you all have a very, very, very good candidate. And Brother John Paul, my prayers are with you, and I pray that the people of Babono come out in large numbers and support him. My first portion of contribution. Second portion is, last week I called, and I said that Kifo and Bradley is neck and neck. I said that Harak Singh and Shasne is neck and neck. And when I said so, the following day, the great the great Dr. Anthony came and say that Bradley is on his way out. But I'm calling on the Prime Minister. Mr. Prime Minister, I know that you are very busy, but I am pleading with you to come along and do some house-to-house with Lydia Haraxing to ensure that she crossed that finishing line. Chasney's seat is very, very, very shaky. All we need is for someone to just push him over. We can win that seat in Mikud South, but we need all hands on deck, Mr. Prime Minister. Let us go and make it happen. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon. That's my contribution.
All right. Thank you very much as well. 4879849, the WhatsApp line that you can call us. And I think there's somebody waiting. You're on the air. Go ahead, my friend.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Goodness, you'll have get fired up. We are fired up. We're just waiting for the date. For us to go on to the X. Yes, but I want to support what that's what I was saying. It was on point. It's like the Prime Minister spoke and he said that was the perfect candidate for that time. He could have chose to go anywhere. And as a mathematician, he did his math right. And you know what that really strikes me? The Labour Party, the candidates that attract them, people of intellectual capacity. These are the people Labour Party attracts. And what the other side? They cannot say the same. Yeah, look right now, they have to be offering maths, free English classes for 2 of them. They're giving them free because you know the government will be doing early childhood education free.
Yeah.
So they will start off with Rush and Takal. So we can just see that, yes, we have a very capable government, and I just want to tell the masses, all roads lead to Suaz. Hey, it's Sunday. Yes, no car. Wash it, not technical. Wash your income. Thank you, gentlemen.
Wash your income, sir. So that's it.
All right. Thank you very much. 487984945339111. We have another caller waiting. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, good day.
Yes.
Yeah, just like to commend the current administration, the St. Lucia Labour Party government, because the way they have run the campaign thus far has been nothing but positive, and I'd like to commend them for that, because imagine the way I see the opposition already selling themselves short, selling out themselves as to what they're going to bring if persons make the unimaginable thing happen. Kudos to Mr. Pierre for leading, not just being a boss, but leading his cabinet and the party in the right and positive manner. Second thing I want to mention is there are so many policies, and I really want the programs, social media, any supporter of the St. Lucia Labour Party to highlight most of the achievements of the government, because so far, from what I've seen in the past manifesto, they have surpassed it already, and they are actually ongoing other new initiatives which were not even in the manifesto, and they have already achieved it. So I want persons who support the government and the party to highlight those things, because when we don't do that, always being seen, but like they could just use their rhetoric and whatnot and say it's not happening, right? We see the jazz festival, we see so many other things, we see agriculture happening, we see the youth economy, the youth YEA, which has first time been introduced, right, by government. They have no statutory board on that, by government, which enables the youth to, prosper. You understand? The opportunities are there. Another thing I want to highlight. The last administration, they said they spent and they bragging and they boasting about it, that they spent so much money on roads, right? And as soon as the Labour Party came into government, the same people, the same activists and the same operators of the United Workers' Party, they adamant, what the government is doing about roads. We need the roads. The vehicle is breaking down, but they just finished spending money on roads. So you could see the lies. You could see so much things coming out of that. And that are the things I want to the positives and show the positive of the current administration and expose, right? Show the achievements of the current administration and also expose the shortcomings of the
previous administration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. All right. 487-9849 and 4533911. The numbers on which you can reach us. We have someone waiting. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon to
Always
you.
a pleasure to see you all. I see you all donned in your red hats and your star, leading you to the promised land very soon.
Yes.
We are just counting Mondays. So, Terry and Shelton, I heard that Alan Shastney called Timothy Polier's show yesterday, and in his attempt at trying to discredit Honorable Stephenson King, would say, among other things, that his party was uncomfortable with the appointment of Alison Joe. Now, this morning, Yadi had Demati Tuesday. So I don't know if you want to continue with the Demati on this Tuesday. I will first tell you, gentlemen, that I, Alison Joe, was appointed in the public service on the 1st of August, 1985. Fast forward, I was appointed to the position of permanent secretary in July of 2009. I actually acted from the 9th of January 2009, and then 6 months later I was confirmed as permanent secretary in the Ministry of Communications, Works, Transport and Public Utilities. I retired from the public service. I took early retirement in 2013. And then I returned to the public service as permanent secretary in the Ministry of Infrastructure in 2015.
So this time you were on contract.
On contract for 3 years.
Okay.
So I retired in 2013, and then I returned in 2013 on contract.
In 2015. Okay.
2015, sorry, for 3 years. Then I was transferred in March of 2017 to the Ministry of Education, and I remained there until June 8th of 2018 when my contract was not renewed.
Okay.
So I want to know from Alan Shastney, at what point were they uncomfortable with my appointment? Was it the 2009 appointment? Because it could not have been the 2015 appointment because they were not in office at the time. You understand me?
Yes.
So when was he uncomfortable? Now I also want to find out what is the reason for the discomfort. Is it because during my term as permanent secretary, I highlighted the inconsistencies, the poor adherence to procurement rules that were going on, the questionable contract awards that was happening? I want to know, why were they uncomfortable? And why are they still uncomfortable with Alison Joe? Why is it, Shelton and Terrence, you need to ask yourself, why is Alison Joe a hot topic? Because if you were uncomfortable with me, perhaps because of my poor performance or something, yeah?
Yes.
Why is it you should just discard me and leave me alone? Forget about me. That's not what you're doing with people that don't make any sense. Why are you still calling a talk show and the only appointment you're saying you were uncomfortable with was Addison Shaw? Well, Terry and Shelton, I will tell Alan Shastley. Perhaps one of his discomforts with me was when he told me he was dissatisfied with Gail Rigobert's performance in the Ministry of Education.
Okay.
Ask him if that didn't happen. Okay?
Wow.
I took the fall and Gail did not renew my contract. But ask him why.
Okay.
Because he brought me into a room to ask me for all the ideas and so on that I had on education, because he had asked Gail for how long and she was not responding positively to him or responding in the way she wanted. He wanted, sorry. Okay? Like closing down the NSDC.
He picked your brain as much as he could.
He tried to prick my brain. But some of the initiatives that he wanted would have been against the people of St. Lucia. Like closing the NSDC because he felt that the NSDC was competing with the hotels in the south of the island. Okay? And to bring in a school from Switzerland. I never traveled and go and look for a school, but find out who went to look for schools in Switzerland to come and take over the NSDC and other culinary arts schools. Okay? So when you see these people are talking and their level of desperation now is showing you how vindictive they are. They cannot hide their colors. Alan Shastley is a leopard and he cannot hide his spots. So right now he's going after anybody who he sees as a threat. And just like Leandra, I will say to Alan Shastley that he will never, never, never touch the reins of power in St. Lucia ever again. Okay?
All right.
Mr. Shelton and Mr. Terry Fenelaw.
Right.
I want to wish you a very good afternoon. The two of you a very good afternoon. Let us continue to count the Mondays. Coming very, very soon.
Yes.
Let us continue with the red mood. Let's make sure that we keep our eyes on the prize. Don't get distracted by all the wind. What they said, the wind that rushes and the silence and the thing. The wind do not want to disturb the silence. Let's not allow the wind to disturb our silence. Let's go on to victory, my brothers. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Thanks. That was, of course, Senator Dr. Alison Jean on the line with us, clearing up some matters. We have another caller waiting. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
You know, gentlemen, some of those statements made by Guy Joseph would have been laughable if they weren't so serious, you know, in terms of their deceptive nature. I mean, I couldn't believe when I heard Guy Joseph talking about a training school. Gentlemen, you know, it's not difficult to go back a few years, you know. Remember that training school that Guy Joseph's wife
CHTTI.
The one that the people have built 10 of them for, you would have built it.
Remember people who had taken courses with that school were threatening or they were pursuing court action to recover their monies. Remember all of that, gentlemen? Now, Guy Joseph went so far as to say, if there are no training courses in terms of what he wants, in terms of the training courses that he wants for his people in Castries Southeast, he's going to send them overseas. I mean, can you believe that guy? Listen, remember the big brouhaha in terms of the horses that were brought down by Theo Aking? Remember Alan Chasney and Guy Joseph said that, look, boy, in terms of the horse racing, there'd be so many jobs available. So many jobs, jockeys, training horses. All. What happened to that?
Later on, he came back and said, I'm not going to lie or come on, the horse racing is not going to make any money. Didn't you say that afterwards? So we wonder what aspect of all this turning Vieux-Fort upside down on its head was going to make money. Because to me, those islands, they would require some serious dough. You understand? To put out up front before you can even think of making a dime. Hotel is a long-term investment and so on. And now we're hearing that they had all kind of other crazy plans and so on. But go ahead.
I mean, pie in the sky statements. Pie in the sky. I mean, those guys know. They know that they were not going to do anything in terms of what they were promising. Because some of those promises were made. I mean, listen to Alan Chasney talk about ching-ching again.
The man is talking about ching-ching. The man is talking about reducing VAT.
Reducing VAT to 12.5%.
The same things,
VAT is already at 12.5%. He did it. It's still at 12.5%. You're going to reduce VAT to 12.5%. I mean, this whole thing, those guys are crazy. But the thing is, Terry, like you said earlier, you and Shelton, you still need to come on every time and provide the missing information to remind people, to say to people, here are the facts, so that those guys cannot vaguely the people of this country. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you very much. Can we take one last call, or that's about it? We got to wrap it up now, Jaquan? Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, Jaquan. I think you always do a great job with the controls and the calls and so on.
Definitely.
Terry, I believe I really should give you, we can't take this one, so we'll leave it. Yeah. I think I'll give you the minute to
just let me tell our viewers and listeners, our faithful, I will update the list because some of them are still mystified that the subvention to the Blind Welfare Association was cut. So we have to, as Sheldon says, not sins, we're going to give the crimes. And you have to have that at your Bible. You need to do that. You need to remind yourself of what, the dark ages, 2016 to 2021, what we came out from. And we have to savor what is happening now because, that's night and day. Under Philip J. Pierre, we are rolling ahead and we are doing well. And we will protect that victory. Not the St. Lucia Labour Party victory. We're going to protect the gains that we have made.
All right. Thank you very much, Terry Fendulo. Thanks, everyone. Same time tomorrow, all things equal, God willing, from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on the radio station Real FM, MBC Television, Facebook, and YouTube live streaming. Another broadcast of The Real Issues powered by Blue Waters. On behalf of all of us, Shelton Daniel signing out.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Winning numbers for the midday draw of Tuesday, 14th October 2025 were
Double Dilly Grand 9, 11, 14, 15. Big 4 7, 4, 5, 3. The Big 4 Multi-X ball drawn is FB. Pick 2 7, 5. The Pick 2 Multi-X ball drawn is 2X. One off 2, 1, 4. Lucky 3 6, 0, 2. The Lucky 3 Multi-X ball drawn is 2X.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel.